Nasty over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? We're going to have a really good time today. We're going to learn Mama, I'm Coming Home. It's a great Ozzy tune featuring Zakk Wylde, of course, off of the No More Tears album. And I should say that this song is actually recorded down a half step, and we're in standard tuning today as we go through this. That's very important to mention. But we're going to cover all the bases of it. It's just a really great song and a beautifully melodic solo. So played solo, I should say. So let's just do this. Let's start with it and have some fun. I'll walk you through all this as slowly as possible so you don't need too much notation on the screen, and we'll have a really good time. So it's based around E major, and it has this cool like steel bend thing that kind of happens in the very beginning with Zakk Wylde's country background. So we're going to put our pinky flat on the 12th fret, and we're going to bar that thing so that way as we come to bend the 3rd string on the 11th fret, I'm going to keep this as flat as possible, and I'm going to go. And what that does is that leaves this nice overringing tone, and then I resolve to my E. So it's a slight bend. Notice that I do have these fingers here to control it, and I'm going to end on that note. Nice way to kind of keep that ringing. We're going to descend on the 3rd string, and we're going to use frets 9, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. We're going to go to the 4th string and do the 4th fret and the 2nd fret. What we're going to interject along the way are some notes that are open on the high E string and B string. So we have. Now as I go here, I got to jump over that G string. And I'll map that out for you just to show you. You can kind of sound it out as you go, but I want to make sure that we're specific. So now I'm going to watch as I go forward here. I'll turn this way so you can kind of see the motion. Notice I end on that 2nd string. And it's like every other one. Now, to speed up, you can get the 3rd string in there as you go to that 4th string. It's all good. You're ultimately just kind of resolving to an E chord. It's a really beautiful melody, though, just carrying down the line. I should say my guitar is like really distorted, and I have the volume barely like on, because I think the cool thing is, at least with a Les Paul or some different pickup configurations, you can kill your volume on your front pickup, switch to it and just barely turn up. You got a good clean sound. You switch to the back pickup, you've got that raging humbucker. I'm going to recreate that with this bad boy, the best I can. This has all kinds of beautiful things you can do with it. So I've kind of flipped up here to combine a little bit of these and just turn my volume down a little bit, so it's just kind of barely broken up. And it'll cover you for the intro and as the verse kicks in. So that's a huge part of the tune, right? Just right away. We're going to go to an A suspended chord. It looks like this. So it's basically like playing a regular old A. We're just not going to hit the 2nd string. And my picking hand is going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Show that one more time. Then I'm going to go back to an E major chord. Now I'm going to do this. So as I hit the E, I strummed it in the same way where I go down and come back up again. Now I'm going to hammer from the 1 fret to the 2 fret on the G string. And I'm going to include those high strings, and then I'm going to pick it and slide to 4. It gives you this kind of nice upward movement. And then you can lead back in. Kind of let it breathe, as you go through it. So it does this, he starts singing, and we're going to do a little mellow kind of version of what happens in the pre-chorus. It's a C sharp minor chord. We don't want to abuse the tone here. So a C sharp minor chord, that A chord to an E. It's lightly strummed. Then you're going to go C sharp minor to an A to the B. It then goes right back to this the first time, goes the first time that comes up. So what you'll have is this sweet little intro, kicks you off. You'll go down and play your line. Ozzy will start singing. You'll keep doing your line. You'll have your A. You'll have your E. You carry back into that cool melody, and then you're going to strum some chords. And after you strum these chords, you got to go back to that melody. Hasn't quite picked up yet. And that's the mellow version so far. When it kicks in and gets heavy, that's like one of my favorite things because you're going to have some good squeals coming up here. So let's take a look at this. We're going to switch to the back pickup. We're going to crank our volume, and we're going to stick to mostly power chords. We're going to have a C sharp power chord, an A. We're going to ring that more like a power chord, and we're going to go to an E, and ring that more like a power chord. The big. Now, Zakk Wylde pinches, right? Let's talk about that. They're a bit gnarly to achieve. They have their own specific sound, and it's a huge thing of his playing. I think to get a pinch on the lower string to ring out the best, you have to remember that you can't tweak it with your left hand in any vibrato before you actually hit it, because you could actually be pulling the string away from what you're trying to do. And, you know, pinch harmonics are, of course, that whole articulated thing where you're hitting a little bit of the skin on the string at the same time that you pick this. Now, I've so elegantly switched to clear picks for this video shoot, which is so helpful, Mr. Dave Nassie. But anyways, I'm hitting V picks, acrylic, by the way, man. They're amazing picks. So if you think like, you know, that's going to give you a harmonic that way. So my thumb hits it very slightly, but I'm not going to tweak the string because the string gives it that effect when I give it the vibrato or that movement. It gives it that extra zing that you're looking for. I'm sure Zakk Wylde would be so stoked that I said zing in association with his playing zing, right? There's a good moment there for David Taub right about now. Okay, then we'll save that. So, I'm hitting the low string into that C sharp pinch harmonic. I'm going to tweak the crap out of it. It's one of the licks that I learned to be able to do, you know, that sound. After we do that, we're going to go, and that's open, 4, 5, 4. Let's give it some context. Now, for the melody there, we're going to lead 2, 4 back into your A. And that'll take us through the first chorus. Walking up out of the chorus, let's talk about how we build out of that thing, because that's really, really important. And as I said, there's also a melody in there that we got to get. So as we go A to our E the first time, you're going to hear. And that's a really cool melody that happens. And this is preceding our walk up that we still have to get to. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend up on the 3rd string, 4th fret. A little tweak here on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. The 1st fret. Another little bend. Back to the 1st fret. 5th string, and the 4th. So and that leads us in the very first start of the chorus. So giving it more context, I'm going to take it from... And then I'll talk about that little walk. Into the The hook of the chorus where Mama is coming home. So we have C. We'll do that one more time. We're going to stop on the B, and we're going to go back, and we're going to kind of slowly palm mute and stop on our B. There's a little musical interlude that happens right now. And that takes us into the solo. So that'll get you through the chorus. Again, not to be too confusing, there is, a B that's going to pick up, building out before we climb into that. And if you listen to the song, if you go through my chord progression, it'll be all good. You'll be totally fine. We haven't missed any parts whatsoever. So the musical interlude, it is an acoustic interlude, so I'm going to kind of turn back down again a little bit. And what you're going to outline is a G, and we're going to go to an A, and then we're going to outline an E. But what they are is they're like upper extensions of triads. So let me see if I can clean this up a little bit. And you can... There's a really cool lick that he does. It goes... You can hear that over that chord change. And that's going to be major pentatonic in orientation. Third string. 12, 11, 10... Oops. 12, 11, 10, 12... 9, 11, 9. There we go. And then we have... Then we're going to palm mute and build up on our B chord for the solo. So for the solo, we're going to think pentatonic scale. And this is where I'm going to take the time to help you with your soloing information, because this will be really cool. In the description box below, there's a link. And if you click on that link, you're going to get some free assistance with soloing. It's going to be a very cool coinciding ebook and video that's totally free. Helps you go through all of that stuff. The ebook has scale shapes, diagrams, all the stuff you need, and it's going to really help you with your soloing. This song is cool because it's kind of a good introduction into good bending and good tone. So that'll be really helpful if you want that, if you hear any terminology that I'm saying that is a little unfamiliar. So description box, free information, help you with some soloing. That'll be really good to do. Taking off on the solo, we're going to look in the 9th position here, and we're going to start on the 4th string to 11, 9 on the 3rd string, and you're going to cut that off pretty quick as it goes up, because you want that delay to like trace off. You're in an arena, Now this is going to come up to 16 and 17, and you're going to do a bend. So as I bend this, notice he stays, he goes up, comes down, 14, hammer on pull off. So let's get some context to that. Nice little up and down motion where you're going to your 9, you're going to land on 11. So putting that in context, I'm going to just play that one more time. 1, 9, and you're going to go up to here now. We're going to go up, sorry, 19. So that bend here, that threw me off. I'm not used to a guitar with 24 frets. This guitar looks like it's 36 to me, man. I'm used to playing a telly. So bend it up here on 19. That was funny. I'm going to keep my pinky there. I'm going to bend the 2nd string. I love those kind of bends, because you get those harmonic overtones. Really gross and beautiful all at the same time. So as I do that, I'm going to bend up, release, go to 17, and come back down to 19. I'm going to bend 19, and I'm going to chromatically walk up 16, 17, 18, 19. That's so cool. So that's... And that's how you get out of that solo. Let's play the whole thing. And I'll take you out of it. You even heard on that one, I kind of missed that, but it's all good. Doesn't matter. I mean, I think...
That bend was so good you woke Miles up.
Did I? See, Miles, that was good. Waking the giant.
Look how excited he gets with that lick.
Those are some pretty sweet major pentatonic licks there, Miles.
He moved his eyelash.
With some chromaticism. Yeah, those are just classic runs. I think it's good to know, in association with everything, this is E major pentatonic, right? So it sounds cool. It's around an E chord, and you can kind of, you know, guide your way through the theoretical perspective of that. I think we're pretty good coming out of this thing. You know, when you end it, you're going to kind of do the same little walk down. I mean, at this point, we're just chorus and out kind of thing. So to get out of this thing, the descending line is going to be a little bit different than we did in the intro. It just has a bit more notes to it. It's going to be... Now notice I'm going straight the whole time. None of that other kind of, you know, sequencing of the arpeggio. It's just straight down. Notice only hit the second string, back, and we're done. So everybody, thanks so much. That's fun. I love that tune. Reminiscing of my high school years. Unfortunately, time is having its way with all of us. But click the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment, tell us what you want to learn, and we will do it for you. We love it over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.